I wanted to say cheers. I just got this bottle of wine. My husband just recommended it, or my husband just picked it up for me. It's called Buckshot Cabernet Sauvignon. It's made on oak. No, I'm sorry, bourbon, something bourbon. Bourbon barrels. It has like a very rich Cabernet flavor, but it has like this hint of, what do you call it, like bourbon. And I'm not a bourbon drinker. So there's not actually bourbon in this. Bourbon barrel aged, correct. Okay, it's Friday night. It's been a really long week. I fought with my hair all day. I couldn't get it to hold a curl today. And I'm definitely not here to talk about Gabby Petito right now. So tonight, I'm not talking about the Gabby case just because I need a break from that. And I haven't done videos on it in the last few days just because I've needed to decompress from that. It's a very heavy story. Tonight, we're not talking about Brian and we're not talking about Gabby. Tonight, we're going to talk about just other stuff. I'm not here to talk about that kind of stuff. Sorry. I was thinking about something. I was watching this video on YouTube. I don't really get involved in the drama on YouTube. I don't like to be involved in it, okay? But I have gotten a lot of requests over the last few years to cover Eugenia Cooney. And I never, ever, ever want to cover her because I always feel like, why would you cover a woman who is anorexic and you're just literally talking about her being anorexic? And how does that help her be less anorexic? Because it doesn't. And then why does like calling for like mass flagging or getting her off the platform or whatever, how does that actually help this poor woman on YouTube? So Eugenia Cooney, she's a YouTuber. So when someone has an eating disorder, it's actually super discriminatory, like a lot, to discriminate against the person because of their illness. It's discriminatory to analyze their bodies. It's discriminatory to say that they are too thin, to analyze their size of their bodies, to call them pro-Anna. Listen, it's discriminatory to go after a woman who is sick with an illness and bully her and put it around fake fucking concern for her well-being and act like you give a shit about her when all you're doing is making video after video after video, profiting off of her illness, saying you care about her, and all it does is drive more hate to her channel and make her feel worse. If you're unhappy with your own body image or if you're unhappy in your own eating disorder, I've noticed a lot of the people that are doing this to her have their own eating disorders. And I feel like a lot of it is projection. Like they have an eating disorder, so they're going to go after her for having an eating disorder. And they're going to tell everyone that she has an eating disorder. And so therefore she can't be on YouTube because she has an eating disorder. A lot of people have eating disorders. A lot of people have anorexia. And that doesn't mean they're pro-Anna. And it doesn't mean that they're trying to recruit people to be anorexic with them. It would be akin to going after someone with bipolar and telling people that they're not allowed to be on YouTube because they're bipolar or because they're pro-bipolar. It would be akin to going after someone who has binge eating disorder and saying you eat too much food and you're promoting unhealthy eating, so therefore you can't be on YouTube. It's no different than going after someone who's obese and mocking them, like Amber Lynn Reed, for having a dieting channel and saying that she doesn't lose enough weight. Yeah, and just because you have an eating disorder doesn't give you the right to say that someone else doesn't have the right, just isn't acting right in their eating disorder. So my frustration here is that this poor woman has an eating disorder and there's these YouTubers that make video after video after video pretending like they care about her and they don't care about her. Flat out fucking cared about this woman, you wouldn't profit off of her eating disorder telling other people not to watch her content and spinning narratives about her. Of course, anorexia is serious, but making a video after video after video telling this woman that she has anorexia doesn't make her less anorexic. And absolutely nobody is going to get help because you scream at them and yell at them. Yes, it's about Eugenia. Who are any of us to say that we know shit about what's happening around in her family life? None of us know her personally. No one knows what's going on in her house. People only see the flowery, fun person that she is. Absolutely no one knows the pain that her parents are going through. I can't for the life of me qualify any single person that absolutely would appreciate watching their daughter kill themselves with an eating disorder. What bothers me is a lot of these YouTubers that are doing this aren't fucking parents, and they don't even know. Like, just because her parents are trying to like make her happy and like help her doesn't mean they're supporting her eating disorder. Eugenia is honestly the most innocent human being. There's not even a mean bone in her fucking body. She doesn't even say shit that's rude or cruel. She's like nice to all of the people. She's nice to the people that are mean to her. And yet all of these people, Pastel Bell, Sloan, all of these people that make all these videos about her, it doesn't help. Like, for the record, I had made comments about her 2 years ago after Shane Dawson. And yeah, she doesn't go around telling people not to eat. She doesn't even promote her eating disorder, period. She's not like on her channel telling people to be anorexic with her. What bothers me is like, I did a few videos about her a couple years ago when Jacqueline Glenn came out and did that shit. And I responded to it. And I honestly, the other day, I privated every video. And I only had like 4 videos on her. And I haven't made a video about her on my channel in over 2 years. Because it never felt good to go after someone who's sick. I wouldn't go after my son for being sick. I wouldn't make video after video after video of my son who has an illness he cannot control. And the speculation about her mom being abusive and her dad being abusive, like none of that helps. And these channels speak about her like they know that it's factually happening in her house. And they don't. This stuff happens to me. It's the same kind of people that are watching this and believing it are the same kind of people that believe that I'm abusing my child. And it's not, you're not spreading awareness when you make 40 videos or whatever it is on this poor woman and her eating disorder. Don't tell her she looks sick. Don't tell her you think she's dying. Tell her you love her. She already has low ass self-esteem to begin with. She is sick. I just can't imagine, like, people have said, you need to talk about Eugenia on my channel. And I'm like, no. You need to talk about Amberlynn Reed. No, I don't talk about other people's weight. I don't talk about other people's eating disorders. It's so fucking weird. There's literally people out there that think it's their job to talk about other people's eating disorder. So if someone triggers you, then you just don't watch her. And it bothers me when people say, well, she's influencing children. You know what? Shut up. Every single parent has an opportunity to make a decision for their child. Nobody gets to influence a fucking kid without the consent of their parent. And if a parent is allowing it in their house, it's not your place to judge or to decide what another parent does in their home. It's not your job to protect people's children from other parents' decisions. There's a kid's YouTube. No, we pay attention to everything. My kid is 9. We pay attention to everything he's on. We know all the creators he watches. We ban channels that he's not allowed to watch. He watches a lot of gamers. And it's not easy to find gamers that are kid friendly, let me tell you. But we have found gamers that do not swear, do not curse. They do not talk about, adult topics. If you're a good parent and you pay attention to what your kids are watching, you don't put it on the creator to change what they're fucking doing because you think a kid's gonna watch their video. She's not a channel for children. So why would you expect her to cater to children? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Kids can find content wherever they want it. Like, my son will find a video and he'll say, and we'll hear it. And then we're like, you cannot watch that creator anymore. You cannot put your parenting on somebody else's, like your parenting is your responsibility. Okay. Period. People that are calling for her banning are like the people that wanted labels on curse words on record labels. They're basically Karens. If you're literally saying, I don't want my kid listening to that, then be a fucking parent and tell them that they're not going to listen to it. We don't need warning labels on shit. You're the parent. You make the decision. It's ridiculous. I'm not even talking about trolls. I'm talking about these creators that are making these videos being Karens. People always say I'm a Karen, and I'm like, dude, I don't even care. Like, people can make whatever they want on YouTube. I don't care. But I don't like that Eugenia gets bullied. I don't like it that people on YouTube get bullied for no reason, for just existing. Be a good parent and don't try to police what other people are doing and saying. Like, I don't agree with the Duggars, but I don't fucking police what they say and do. I've never said to Jessa, you can't have a platform. I've never said to Joy, you can't have a YouTube, or Jill, you can't have a YouTube. Like, have a YouTube. I don't care. I don't give a shit. If you're in a world where you think it's okay to bully a woman that has a severe eating disorder, you need to check yourself. It's not okay. I don't bully people.
You bully people. But.
Anyone.
What about?
Why are you so obsessed with people profiting off of Gabby's case? Her parents have fucking asked people on social media to use their platforms to spread her case around. And if people don't talk about it, the case dies. I don't make money off the Gabby case. My money comes off reality television. Have you looked at my views? Do you want to talk about people fucking profiting off Gabby Petito? Go look at Sloan. His videos have 300, 400,000 views. My biggest Gabby video has 70,000 views. It's none of your business what other people do with their fucking money. And if you're worried about what people are doing on their platform and how they're making money, shame on you. Why is it your business? If you're so worried about people making money off of a case, go call the fucking news. All the news does is make fucking money off of other people's stories and trauma. You mad at them? You mad at CNN? You mad at Fox News? You mad at MSNBC? You mad at every fucking newspaper? I doubt it. I'm so sick of these police on YouTube that do this shit. It's so annoying. It's like nobody's job to tell other people how to have their platforms. Like, you do you, I do me.
I'm a gatekeeper.
Why am I yelling? I'm just talking. I'm passionate about this topic. Like, I don't talk about this often. I don't talk about this kind of stuff often. It just annoys me. Yeah, if you're profiting off of child sexual abuse material, I have a problem with you. I mean, that's illegal. If you're profiting off of selling drugs on the internet,
Stop bullying Josh Duggar.
People can monetize whatever they want to monetize as long as it's legal. It's none of your fucking business if people monetize shit. And if you don't like it, start your own fucking channel, start your own business, and you decide how you make your money. Okay? It's nobody's fucking business how people run their businesses as long as it's legal and as long as it's ethical. If you're worried about people donating to fucking charity, get in your pocket and donate the goddamn money. My husband and I have donated probably more than $10,000 to charity this year. How much have you donated? We'll donate more. We constantly donate to charity. I don't profit. I haven't even been paid off of a single video I've made, and I've donated money. And all the people calling for me to donate, go call on Sloan. Go call on Joseph Morris, or whatever his name is, that's made 1 million videos on Gabby. Go ask them to donate. It's nobody's business to ask whoever to donate.
They don't ask though. They demand.
Oh yeah, the same people, they're also mad. They also are mad at me for accusing Brian of being a murderer. So I'm not worried about those trolls. Sloan is full of shit. I tried to be friends with him, and he's so temperamental. He is so temperamental. He goes off on everything. He got mad at me because I didn't believe everything he said about Free Britney. And then I tried to, he can go off on tangents, you guys, and he can go off on like wild conspiracies. And I didn't like that he was targeting this mom creator named Britney. It really bothered me. It bothered me that he was bullying a mom of a special needs child and telling this woman how to raise her child and demanding that she do more for her child with muscular dystrophy. It bothered me that he was bullying a mother of a child with muscular dystrophy. Sue me. Even she has said that she needs to be on medication. So clearly she has some illness that we don't know about. That doesn't mean that we don't support her. I have nothing to say about the woman making baseless claims. It's ridiculous and stupid. Go away. You know that it's ridiculous and stupid. And if you're asking about it, you're only here. That's all false. And I'm not giving it attention because it's false. This bitch has only ever commented on that. She's getting hidden. All right. And I said this bitch. Like, if you're literally in my comments and literally just like here for drama, this bitch. And this one too. I've never seen you before, Blueberry. Bye. You called Britney Spears hair nappy. I've said that I wish she would do her hair makeup different. Can I not have an opinion? Oh, they're also defending Brian Laundrie. They're crazy. Don't even bother with them. All I want for Britney is to like update her hair and makeup. That's not like an insult. I'm not making fun of her. She's a beautiful woman. I don't like her makeup. That's my opinion. But I'm not going to tell her that she's ugly because she's not. She's gorgeous. Yeah, I think she's rebelling against her hair and makeup too, for sure. I just want her to update it. That's it. That's all. I just feel like the eye makeup underneath her eyes is too heavy. That's my opinion. Like, putting eyeliner underneath your eyes isn't like, it's not a thing anymore. Like, if you want to do something under your eyes, you can do like eyeshadow. That's what I do. I mean, it's an opinion about makeup. It doesn't mean that I don't like her. New brow products are working, except I'm getting like, I've had like some breakouts. So I'm being like a little bit more cautious. So my last thing I want to say before I go to bed, because I'm so tired and I'm feeling really like bloated and I'm just feeling like I'm having an ugly day today. Ugh. My hair wasn't curling. I was fighting with my hair today. I've been like fighting with like just drama in my life right now that I don't talk about publicly. But I just want to say something. If you're under federal indictment, okay? I'm not going to say who this is about, and I'm not going to say what it's about. I'm just going to say this, okay? If you're under federal indictment and you're about to go to trial, you could get locked up for decades, it's probably not smart to threaten or intimidate people that you believe are victims or witnesses of your case, whether directly or indirectly. I know that you know that I know things, and you're scared of those things that I know. But I don't lie, and I have nothing to hide. I also know that I was on the phone this week with the FBI, and they know everything that's happening. So all of this stuff that's happening, the FBI and the prosecutors know about. And we're actually meeting with them next week. If you want to keep playing this game, that's fine. I'm not under federal indictment. I'm not under investigation. And I'm also not I'm also not the one under an order to leave someone alone. Okay? And you're not going to bully my friend, and you're not going to harass her, and you're not going to intimidate me And you're not going to come after me and say that I'm hurting you when I know that you're hurting my friend who's your victim. And I love my friend to pieces. And I will never, ever, ever let you hurt her. And just because you're mad at her doesn't mean you get to come for me. And if you come for me, I'm going to the FBI, and I already have gone to the FBI. And if you believe this, I'm not going to let you hurt her. I never respond, but I'm so tired of it. You're not going to hurt her. She deserves peace. She deserves so much peace. She's the victim. And if you come for me because you know I'm her friend, you're coming for her. And you know when you're coming for her, you're trying to intimidate her through me. And you know that she's protected as the victim, which is why the FBI knows everything, which is why I was on the phone with them yesterday, which is why my attorney is meeting with them next week, which is why every single threat that you've sent is being given to the prosecutors next week. You thought you could fuck with me? I don't think so. You don't get to be under a federal indictment with a very strict bond bail condition that says you cannot threaten or intimidate a witness or victim directly or indirectly, and you know that I am that person's close friend, and you are intimidating and threatening me to get to that person. I never speak about this, and I'm not going to speak about it again. Leave her alone. All she wants to do is be left alone, and she wants you prosecuted. May 16th, you said that person was worth $5,000, that she was worth $5,000 to her friend. You're correct. Third-party harassment of a victim or a witness is not allowed, and the FBI is involved now. I've got the agent's name and email, and he's so nice. I would hate to have new charges added, but that's probably what's going to happen. It is what it is. Like, this person has not stopped talking about me for 6 months and has the audacity to say that I'm harassing them. One day, when all of this is over, I will tell you guys everything. I promise. I will not tell you what anyone has told me. I will not violate my friend's trust. I will not violate our relationship. She means so much to me. I love her to pieces. She is such a good person. I adore her. And I will never let anything happen to her. If you guys think she's a beautiful human being, you're right. She is gorgeous. Inside and out. Everything about her. She's got a heart of gold. She's smart. She's a Republican, and I'm a Democrat, and we still are friends. She's a Christian, and I'm an atheist. She's proof positive that you do not have to be the same identical of anyone and still be friends and still have the same thought and still have the same connection. She's so intelligent. She's a rules follower. She's literally the most ethical person I've ever met in my entire life. She is like the kind of person that if you give her a task, she is following everything, and she's dotting all of her I's and she's crossing all of her T's, and she does not break rules ever. She's literally the most straight person I've ever met. And she's got a humongous heart, and she's an amazing mother. She does everything for her kid. She's been through hell this last year. Nobody deserves what she's gone through. Nobody. I'm not going to be silenced to stand up for my friend and say that I care about her and she doesn't deserve it. There's not a class action that's going to happen. And if it does, it's going to be dismissed. We don't even, you do realize we don't even take that seriously. We don't take any of that seriously because it's all garbage. It's all like this. I don't lie. I've never lied about this situation. Everything that I have said about this situation, there are affidavits, there are eyewitness statements. I mean, flat out,
My God, Rodan.
this person wants to sue me over an active investigation that's happening with the FBI. To the extent that I have
Rodan,
three reality stars willing that will write affidavits for me. They will go on record for me. They will literally provide all the evidence to me. I've got multiple attorneys. I have eyewitnesses of what happened that will all go on record to say that this is what happened. Yeah, our cats were fighting. We have a couple cats, and one of our cats is 10 and one of our cats is 3, and the 3-year-old fucks with the 10-year-old cat all the time, and the 10-year-old cat gets so annoyed. There's nothing for me to lie about because I have all of the facts to back it up. Not only that, but like Dr. Phil put this all on the air. So wouldn't you go after the main source, Dr. Phil? No, the cats are fine. They were just fighting.
Just had to be separated.
They just had to be separated. Rodan gets really upset sometimes. If you support people that are good people and you go up against narcissists that are vindictive and abusive and rude and liars, they like to create like their flying monkeys, and they like to like go after people. And the thing that I've learned is that like he cannot get to her, and so he wants to ruin everything that's connected to her. And he only cares about me because he can't get to her, and he thinks that I have information that could ruin him, and he's worried about that. And he's worried about, in my opinion, that he can't get to her, that he can't talk to her because he's not allowed to talk to her, from my understanding. So because he can't get to her, he needs to get to her through her friends, and I'm not going to put up with that. He's also done this. He's tried to do this to Kaylin Lowry, and he won't fuck with Kaylin because her platform is bigger. But my platform is small, and so he likes to go after me because I'm like the low-hanging fruit. I mean, he could go after Kaylin all day. She has said some shit. And I know you guys don't like Kaylin, and I know you guys think she's bullshit, but Kaylin is such a good friend to her. I don't even love Kaylin sometimes, but Kaylin is a good friend to her. And like, I will be anyone that's a good friend to her, I'm down with.
Calm down now.
He's trying to fuck with her new podcast host, Katie, who's like literally all she does is wear clothes and is cute. Of course he's afraid of her.
No, leave that alone. Come on. Let's be baby back.
But there's no reason to be afraid of someone if you're doing good things. Like if you're doing if you're on the up and up and you're not fucking being shady. There's a lot of shit that happens in my life. Lindsay's allowed to have friends. Lindsay's allowed to have a life. Lindsay's allowed to have a divorce without people commenting on it. Lindsay's allowed to go through her life without everyone like being told that what she's doing is a lie, or going on Entertainment Tonight and lying about her. Like legitimately, she has receipts for everything. There's no lies that are happening here. The FBI still has an open case. I literally talked to the FBI yesterday. So I know the agent that's looking at this. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not going to be threatened anymore. And they literally know that you're trying to get a class action lawsuit against me. And that's also part of the threats. They literally know that that's what you're doing. They know what you're saying on your podcasts. They know everything. Like literally the FBI knows everything. And I'm not lying. We're meeting with them next. I talked to Steven yesterday. He's a really nice guy. Steven's a great FBI agent. Steven knows what you're up to, and Steven doesn't like it. Steven said the prosecutor needs to find out about what you're doing. Steven said that the prosecutor is probably going to be interested in what you're doing because it might be a violation of your bail. Steven was also concerned, allegedly, maybe about you filing a lawsuit because that could be considered a threat, intimidation through indirect to a witness. But what would I know? I've been silent for so long. I'm just so tired of this. And I have all the proof to back this up. I'm not worried about making false statements. I have the emails. I have a lawyer. I have all of it. I got Lindsay's lawyer. I got Robbie Hayes. I got Josh Murray. They all agree with me. And they've all agreed to cooperate. So I've got the truth. I'm just so sick of you bullying her. People think that he's coming after me. He's not coming after me. Do you realize that? Like, all of you guys that are cheering him on, do you realize you're cheering him on to 10 more years in prison if he breaks his bail conditions for doing this? If you're cheering him on for this behavior, you're cheering him on because he's potentially tampering with a witness and a victim, and that's an additional charge that they can prosecute on him. And he's not coming after me. He doesn't care about me. I'm not the one that started this. I'm not the one that put this out. Actually, TMZ broke the story. Dr. Phil put it out. Every other agent, like People, Entertainment Tonight, E! News, Radar Online, Us Magazine, In Touch, every outlet has talked about this. NBC, ABC, CBS, y'all, every outlet has talked about this. I'm not being weak. How am I being weak right now? The FBI is involved because he's under federal indictment and he's facing 30 years in prison. And his trial starts on May 16th. And he's facing 30 years in prison. 30. And he believes that his daughter is a witness. And he believes that his daughter is a witness. He's said it repeatedly. He's coming after me. Indirectly because I'm friends with her. He has said on his podcast, I am her best friend. So he's trying to get to her through me. Because he can't talk to her. It is not dropped. No, she's sleeping, you guys. She had a really rough day. Lindsay's not going to say anything publicly. Like, she's just not. She's sleeping. She had a really tough day today. When you're out on bond and you have conditions that flat out say that you cannot intimidate people that are victims or witnesses indirectly or directly, and then you go after a friend, that's actually called indirect harassment. People that are cheering him on for going after me, what you're doing is cheering him on for going after her. He doesn't care about me. He wants her. He wants to hurt her. His trial starts on May 16th. It was not dropped. He tried to get some evidence dropped. It didn't happen. They have not dropped any of the charges. He's still facing, I think, 9 or 10. And he believes that his daughter is a witness. He's said it repeatedly. He's coming after me. Indirectly because I'm friends with her. He has said on his podcast, I am her best friend. So he's trying to get to her through me. Because he can't talk to her. It is not dropped. No, she's sleeping, you guys. She had a really rough day. Lindsay's not going to say anything publicly. Like, she's just not. She's sleeping. She had a really tough day today. When you're out on bond and you have conditions that flat out say that you cannot intimidate people that are victims or witnesses indirectly or directly, and then you go after a friend, that's actually called indirect harassment. People that are cheering him on for going after me, what you're doing is cheering him on for going after her. He doesn't care about me. He wants her. He wants to hurt her. His trial starts on May 16th. It was not dropped. He tried to get some evidence dropped. It didn't happen. They have not dropped any of the charges. He's still facing, I think, 9 or 10 of the charges. He's still facing, I think, 9 or 10 counts. Bank fraud, obstruction of justice, defrauding the United States of America, and tax evasion. And then there's an active investigation into the other stuff with her. I'm not going to do a live with her. No, I don't talk about anything about her that's not public. And I'm not bringing her on for content. Tonight I'm angry and I'm frustrated and I'm just speaking my mind. He has federal charges. He has a 10-count federal indictment. I think it's like 5 counts for bank fraud, wire fraud. There's like 4 or 5 banks in the indictment that he allegedly stole money from. Defrauding the United States of America, obstruction of justice, tax evasion. It's like millions of dollars too that they're alleging that they stole. It's ridiculous. But no, they didn't get off on this. No, Lindsay did not report him to anything. You guys can see in all of the indictment, Lindsay's name is not in there one time. Not once. Go read the documents. Go read the fucking court documents. Her name is... Go read the documents. Go read the fucking court documents. Her name is not mentioned. And who, like, hey, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? If someone's doing illegal shit and someone turns them in, who's the one to blame? It's not the person that turns them in. It's the person doing illegal shit. Pay your taxes, no one would know. I'm so sick of people saying that snitches are the reason people get in trouble. No, the reason people get in trouble is because people break the law. If you break the law, you don't have to worry about, if you don't break the law, you don't have to worry about people snitching on you. How about we stop saying snitches get stitches and we just stop like being ethical? The person doing the illegal shit is the person that's responsible, and everything else is just a scapegoat. I'm not being rude to my fans, Emily. I'm being passionate. I'm being angry. I'm being frustrated. Oh, my eyes are... Whoa. She did not turn him in. She did not turn him in. Read the indictment. She did not turn him in. Read the indictment. The indictment... Do you realize they found out half of this stuff from his own bankruptcy case? Federal government in their indictment outlines how they found out about it and had nothing to do with her. They had an active bankruptcy case and they audited the bankruptcy case and they found a lot of shit. When you don't pay your taxes to the federal government, guess what? They find out. Susie, go online, Google it. I don't have time to explain. I understand about conservatorships from a different perspective because I have a child with a disability and my son will be under a conservatorship once he hits 18. He will never be able to take care of himself and we will be his legal guardians. So I'm coming from a place of love where most people that use these are people that love their child. So sue me for being empathetic, thinking that she was ill and that her parents were doing what was right for her. Everyone I know that has a child under a guardianship is not Britney Spears' parents. There's news videos calling it, everyone was calling it a conspiracy back then. I don't know what the YouTube cluster is. Hello from Florida. I don't comment on what other people, I don't know what the YouTube cluster is. I don't comment on drama about... Definitely needed help when she was going through that stuff. She was going through some stuff for sure. And I also think she has mental health issues. And I think the people that claim that she's not mentally ill are lying to themselves and diminishing that she has illnesses. But that doesn't mean she can't function. Even she has said that she needs therapy. Even she has said that she needs